Hello everybody, we are in beautiful Edwards, Colorado, home of Brad Ghent, Erika Gilbert, Karen Ghent, Abby, and Krista. And lots of babies, lots of new babies. Actually, this valley is sort of legendary because legends live here. Legends, your family.
Nice.
And then Jimmy Huga used to live here. Ashley Babcock, Michael Trueblood moved here. What else? I mean, we have a bunch of. Babcock's family is still around. So, welcome and thanks for having me here. My first question will be, what brought you to University of Colorado and to school? Erika will read the answer for her dad, and maybe you can explain a little more why, but let's do it.
Okay. So I'll read for my dad. He is living with ALS and has recently had a tracheostomy, so he can't talk anymore. So he typed up the answers, and I'll do my best.
But you are a good representative of it. So.
Okay, thank you. So what brought my dad to CU, it's kind of a funny story. He says, I ended up at CU after going to interview with Bill Maralt at the Alfie Packer Grill. He was sitting there with the White Rabbit, the Nordic coach at the time, Clark Mattis. I sat down and basically Bill said, you are welcome to come to school here at CU, but I can tell you, you will never make this team. Well, that set the challenge, and of course, I had to prove him wrong. I had a small scholarship the next year. Good job, Dad.
That's very nice. Wow, what a confidence in out of coach's side. Funny is that yesterday I was sitting with Bill Marot and I told him I'm coming here, so he is sending warmest greetings to all of you. Well, Erika, what about you?
So I did originally go to the University of Denver right after high school. I was really focused on making the U.S. ski team, so I took the winter quarter off there. It worked better with that type of schedule than CU would have. And Andy Leroy was kind enough to then bless me to go and ski for CU. But I think it goes deeper than that. My dad will say a little bit later, but Buffs run in our blood. So I think I kind of always knew in my heart I would end up at CU. So after not making the national team, getting injured a couple of times, I wanted to come and be a part of your team, Rich. And I had some of my best girlfriends were on the team from growing up, Ashley Babcock, Katie Hartman. And so that was, they wanted me to come and be a part of it too. And so
That's
came on it.
Yeah. Well, if I asked, how was your experience, or what was it? How did you cope up with school? Education, sport, and all those things.
So I'll read for my dad first. He says the ski team. What? I can't. I'm not reading right. The ski team was actually its own fraternity, and to belong to it, you had to prove yourself. But the legacy of those friendships are what make the entire experience so unbelievable, and why the success of the team and the skee ball continue to this day. Many of the guys I met that first year are still some of my best friends. Tom Gates, Tim Hinderman, George Foster, Peter Ashley, Jeff Crabtree, and the list goes on. Tom has been my CPA for the last 30 years. He's the guy that showed me the shortcuts up Green Mountain. Now he's showing me shortcuts in finance. Oh no, just kidding. Mark Ford and I were roommates for a couple of years. One time the team was leaving for a race and I knew that Mark and I were going to be late for the departure. Why? What happened? Why were you late? But I figured since I was with Mark, the new guy with the ski team credentials, that was no big deal. When we arrived behind the field house, there was only one person left. Maralt. Uh-oh. I am sure that no words were spoken on the entire 5-hour drive. That was quite uncomfortable. But the legacy of those guys giving back to both the ski community and CU are what make the team aspect so special. You can see that in their other interviews with Bruce Gamble, Dale Pearson, Jack Turner, Jeff Temple, Mark Ford, Tony Luthold, and others. All the girls and guys come back for skee ball. Annually, we raise money and have a blast, rekindling old friendships. The only regret I have this year is that being virtual, I will not have the opportunity to show off my dancing prowess. Sure, he's still got it. I was there the first skee ball at the Elks in North Boulder 50 years ago. We were, of course, recruited to help. The funniest part of the evening was that Jake Heschler with the blonde wig doing the typewriter routine. Richie, you'll have to ask Bill about that.
Yeah, I will. Definitely.
Mixed in with that is the legacy of winning. After my freshman year, I came back, and that next fall, expecting things to be easier after the team win in Winter Park in 1972. Man, was I wrong. Bill knew we had that proverbial target on our back, and we had to be way better than the previous year. In Dryland, he was relentless, and we suffered, but of course that mindset led to 8 back-to-back of the now 20 national championships.
How about it? You know, the legacies, are you done with your?
No.
No, okay, finish it, please.
He wants to add a couple of other accolades. So first, Connie Marolt had Bill's back all the way, and to this day, he's a lucky man. Additionally, all the Nordic coaches of the past and present deserve a shout out. From the White Rabbit to Bob Kendall, Kim Kendall, Peter Ashley, Bruce Cranmer, others I have missed, and now Yana, and they're a huge part of the team's success.
All right. Well, thank you. After all, legacies, everything, what is this about? You know, hearing all those names, those guys are coming year after year, being part of our community, and obviously your family going second generation, and I hope it will go another generation in a couple of years. This is part of the whole legacy. Yeah. Erika, what about you? Your experience with academic and athletic life?
It was a lot to balance. We were gone for a week at a time, back at school for a week at a time, and then you throw in NORAMs and World University Games and trips like that. But we loved it, and like my dad was, we were a part of a family, and we loved traveling and training together and pushing each other, and that was, it was everything. So. You
know, those trips like World University Games, having pretty much all CU kids being there, it's highlight of my life and my career. Yeah. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And thank you for being part of it. Going back to a question, what the CU brought or gave you for your life in general?
Okay, so Dad says that skiing and the school gave him everything. My chance to work with the U.S. ski team, to meet my future wife, Karen Lancaster, and people along the way that helped and encouraged me in my career. See, I told you. The opportunity to move to the mountains from Fort Collins, where I grew up, and raise a family with all 3 daughters becoming ski racers, all because of CU and skiing. That family legacy goes back a long way. My father attended CU, my brother, nephews, nieces, and 2 of my daughters. I always told the girls growing up that they could go to school anywhere they wanted as long as that school had a buffalo for a mascot.
That's beautiful. You know what's funny? Karen, your mom and your wife was actually one of the first coaches of my daughter in Winter Park. And I think you didn't know for a while, but for me, Karen gave her great fundamentals for skiing, and that's what counts. You know, in sport of skiing, this is it. It's so important.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Wait, let me finish.
oh, sorry. Go for it.
So, Dad says the legacy of family giving goes back to my father being a member of the car club, supplying the athletic department with a pickup to use for its purposes. My brother and I, through our companies, have continued to give vehicles and are proud to do so. Oh, and talk about legacy. My voice here, he's talking about me now, is a 5-time All-American for CU. That's 4 more than me. And I'm pretty sure that we are the only father-daughter All-Americans on that long list of All-Americans for skiing. The other story I like to tell is that now my 3 daughters have all married foreigners. Abby married a Canadian ski racer, Dustin Cook. Krista married a British mountain bike racer, Chris Baddock. And Erika, she married a Vermonter and a catamount ski racer at that, Erika Gilbert. Where did I go wrong? And then he finishes by saying, I feel blessed and humbled by my experiences at CU and the friends I've met along the way. Thanks, Richie, for this opportunity, and go Buffs.
Well, thank you. Well, Erika, the same question to you.
So, yeah, I mean, it's similar to what
actually, you have a family, you have your own kids. It's not
True.
Part of CU legacy, but it's part of your life, and this is beauty.
Yeah. Well, I think, skiing for CU has blessed me with a big extended family that is so special to all of us. And, I've gone to a wedding in Sweden and celebrated new kids being born with my teammates and weddings. We've gone to a lot of weddings with Buffs recently, and it's just a big family that we get to have for forever. And I think similar to my dad, after I got done at CU, I went on to be a coach, and that's where I met my husband too. So the sport of ski racing has blessed me with beyond measure. So, and I have my dad to thank for that, and you, Rich, to thank for that.
Well, thank you. This is part of legacy because in your family, everything wraps around skiing. Even Krista, she started her career because of her knee injury, end up similar way as Julie Furtado, biking herself to stardom and end up being professional biker. So one way or another, we all end up in a sports and affiliated with skiing. So anyway, thank you very much, and
Thanks, Rich.
I hope this is highlight of my interviews. Thank you.